Shalom. First and foremost, want to give all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai Ba'asham Ra'al Kakadash. Then we're honors to the apostles from Great Millstone for teaching us the Torah among other things. Shalom to the Seer I came across the world pushing to and say and I hope for let come. So I want to do a lesson about this new thing that is going on in the city, where people are talking about. And also I received a letter from the government about the fuel trucks, the diesel fuel trucks, what they want to ban from the cities. So on the 1st of January 2025, you are not allowed to come in with your diesel truck or your diesel van or your diesel car if you are self-employed or if you have a business. They want to ban you from coming in the city. So that means they wanted to make a clean environment. That's what they say, to stop all the diesel fuel coming in the city. But if you are thinking about it, it's like we are living right now in 2023 here. There's 2 years more. And so that's like 1 year and a half before we hit the 2025 here, the 1st of January 2005. So there's a certain amount of time that you have on your car, on your diesel fuel car. If you bought it like in 2013, then you have a little bit longer. And you basically, they give you like a time of period of 2027 that you cannot come in the city anymore. And this is talking about Amsterdam, but this is also what they're gonna do in other different cities, man. In Rotterdam or Den Haag, or you have cannot come on cities, man. That's crazy. Yeah, they call it Groningen, of Groningen. All these kind of different places where you wanted to go in the city, you cannot enter the city. So it's gonna be difficult to work if you have a diesel fuel car or diesel fuel. And diesel fuel car, that's what I mean with if you're driving taxi, or you have a diesel fuel if you do groundwork or your electricity. All these things they want to ban. So they're gonna make it very hard on the people, and the people are already getting irritated with that, because if you understand, in 2025, the 1st of January 2025, that's like that's 1.5 year. But what they want, so I'm gonna read it here. So trucks within the 1810. So this is the ring road, where this is talking about Amsterdam, but it's going to be more cities, more roads. There is an environmental zone for diesel trucks. Only diesel trucks with MS class 6 and above have access. So if you have this, you bought your car like in 2014 or something like that, then you have a little bit more time, but they're gonna bend it. So with emission class 6 and emission class 6, let me go to that. Zero emission class 6 and 7 have heavy duty vehicles. Electric or fuel cell delivery trucks, refuse trucks, utility trucks, school buses, and day cab tractors, zero emissions, port equipment, electric or fuel cell dray trucks, carbon craft, locomotives, and cargo handling. So let me see. So yeah, this is an the Euro 6, what they say, it is a cleaner for the environment. So with all the filters on the truck, you have a cleaner environment. Also, what you see here is like if you have emission Euro emissions classes 3. This is allowed. This car 3 and 4 is allowed in the city. 5 is allowed in the city. 4 truck is allowed. 6 is allowed. How higher the number is, how cleaner the car is. So this they introduced it in the new line they introduced in January 2020, and right now we're hearing, like I just said here, the article, in 1st January 2025 they want to ban it all, except if you bought your car like in 2013, then you have like 2 more years. So it requires, like, if you buy your car in 2014, you have to till 2028. But again, they want to stop it. So all the cars that you're buying brand new, they want to ban it real quick, so it cannot go in the city. So if you buy your car in 2019, let me check that out. Let me check that out. Mm, let me check that out. So let me check that out. Otherwise, I need to check that out and come back to that later. Mm, so yeah, I found this article right now. Uh, look. So this is an article I just saw. EU for let me change this. Didn't read it yet. EU ban on the sale of new petrol and diesel cars from 2035 explained. So this is what they want to do, and I will go into it later on. But they want to ban all the diesel fuel cars and want to do take away the diesel fuel. So, and you're gonna understand what electric cars do, what they need to do. Uh, they rob whole cities of lands in Africa, man, to just make this electric cars. And if you understand how much damage this electric fields are doing, what they're building to produce, to build the battery, how much they pollute the sky. There's more pollution in the sky for making these batteries than the cars together, man. Because I understand they build, but they don't use the cars. In China, you have, and here in Holland also, you have fields of fields that has cars or electric scooters still stacking up, man. They cannot sell it because not enough people are buying it. Now they understand also they don't have enough of this, man. If you buy your a car, the the place where you gotta charge your car, they don't have enough of this portals, man. So let me read this article and then I'll go back to the other article. Um, so EU bans on the sale of new petrol and diesel cars from 2035 explained. All new cars and vans sold in UE from 2035 onwards will no longer be allowed to emit CO2. Which does, uh, what does this mean in practice? So let me read it a little bit. Uh, when will the ban of the sale of the new cars that emit CO2, such as petrol and diesel cars, come? From 2035, all new cars and on the market will no longer be allowed uh, to, to emit CO2. This should ensure that the transport sector becomes carbon neutral by 2015. What will happen today to the petrol and diesel cars? Can we still drive it after 2035? Yes, you can continue to drive your current car. The new rules The new rules do not mean that all cars on the road will no longer be allowed to emit CO2 2035. By two, these rules do not affect existing cars. If you buy a new car now, you can drive it until the end of its life. But because the average lifespan of a car is 15 years, we need to start in 2035 to ensure that all cars are carbon neutral by 2050. We'll, so they say, like, there's no problem. You can buy a new diesel fuel car and you can still drive it. But we saw articles about they wanted to take away the diesel fuel. So they have a slick talking of way to to trick you, man. Because if you go back to the article here, uh, what they want in Amsterdam right now, in the government city, in the city, the capital of in the city of Amsterdam, you are not allowed to come with the fuel, with the car, with the diesel fuel. So okay, where can you drive then? If in the big cities you are not able to come with your car, the only place what you can do, because you also cannot within the ring. So if you come inside of you get off the highway, you come inside of the ring. Right now, here's they call it A10. Then you will be booked with a fine, because the cameras everywhere, we have cameras pointed at you to register the cars that come in the city if you are allowed to come in the city, and that they can check it like with this. It was this picture. The car scanner will check if the with your license plate, if the number is good, if it's required to come in the city. Otherwise, you will get a fine for it. So back to this. Let me read it again. Let me change it. So trucks within the 18 ring road, there is an environmental zone for diesel trucks. Only diesel trucks with MS Class 6 and above have exit in some cases. You may get. Uh, there's another article. So lucky. This was not the article that I was reading, but this is the same. This is the same point. But let me check if I can find it. Hmm. Let me check. Is this it? Ah, it's the same article. That's good. But because I received the letter also from my car. But let me continue. Uh, so within the A10, the ring road, there is environment zone from diesel fuel trucks. Only diesel trucks with MS Class 6 and above have exit. In some cases, you may get an expansion. Amsterdam wants to introduce the MS free zone on 1st January 2025, where only electric or hydrogen powered transport is allowed. Within the S100 rules apply to heavy traffic. So they were talking about vans and cab drivers that has the self-employed or or employed by the by companies. So they want everything that needs to be electric in the city. And I was looking up also how long you can drive with an electric car. Uh, the electric car can make sort different. If you have an expensive one, you can drive like 4,400 kilometers. The distance. But if you have like a fan, a work fan, uh, I mean, there was like 388 that it can manage. This is like the electric bus, the whole bus, but I want the van. Mm. So here you have like the Toyota. It can drive like 220 to 330 uh, distance. So it's not it's not not a lot of distance, man. Because if you have a work that requires a lot of driving, then you gotta understand the distance that you keep on driving is to from city to city. So from one city, from Amsterdam to Rotterdam, you already have like 40 to 45 uh, kilometers, and if you go back, it's 80, right? So if you drive also in the cities there, then you're gonna reach like for a day driving with your work is like 150, maybe let's say 180. Then you need to charge again because you wanted to get for the next day, you want to drive also. So right now, where are you going to charge? This is the problem of what they already have right now. It's not enough spaces. A lot of places when I see when you go to the gas station, you see the people waiting on each other sometimes. You'd be like, yeah, that makes sure that your work also keeps on going and uh, you'll be waiting and your works continue. That's what I want to say. But also, if you want to go home, you still need to wait to recharge. But this is a trick what the government wants because what they want is you to be depending on them. So you cannot move freely to the places that you want to go. Right now, I can take the van with diesel fuel and I can drive like 900 kilometers and I can make sure I get in France, man. I get in Germany, man. I can go all the way. Only need to do is uh, put some new fuel in it when I reach Germany or even in Germany, you can drive to Germany and come back to Holland again. But also if I drive to France, I fuel it up again and I drive to Spain, man. But an electric car, you cannot reach that places, man. Every time you need to recharge and to check out where the places is. So the government can keep you in short control, man. And this is the trickery what they have. So right now they want to ban you from going in the city because they want so-called a clean environment. But the point that I wanted to make right now is this article. But this came later on. So the municipality, so there's the government, to buy 37 diesel garbage trucks. So the government is going to buy 37 diesel trucks. Understand? The government is going to buy 37 trucks of diesel fuel. But here they say in 1st of January, the government, look what they say, they banned you to come in the city. Only if you have electric or hydric, this is water, hydroget, hydroget powered transport is allowed. But here, the article says the government to buy 37 diesel garbage trucks, not to inspire good example. Not the inspiring good example. No, it's not. Here you are telling the people they need to buy a new car, what costs like 40 to 50,000 euros, what not all people have. So they got to take up a new loan, a lease on the car, so they get go back deeper in debt. And the government already put them exactly what he want them to be in debt. Because yeah, otherwise, how can you do your work? You need a new truck that runs on electricity or on water sources. So this is the slickery what they're doing. Here they say to the people, you need to buy a new car. Yeah, okay, you can still keep your car, your diesel fuel car, but you cannot come in the city. So if you have work in the city, Amsterdam, Rotterdam, Den Haag, Utrecht, all these places, you cannot come in the city. You can go to the houses, but not in the city. If your job requires to go in the city, you get a fine. But we, as the government, we need to buy 37 diesel garbage trucks. So let me read the article. The municipality plans to purpose 37 garbage trucks, all of them which run on diesel. The intention is that the cars will remain in the city until 2030. So this number, we see it everywhere. 2030, they wanted to make sure everything is already digital. Make sure that it's a lot of things what they have on this statement, the New World Order, 2030. So that's a we already know that how close we are. So this is despite the fact that Texas vans and trucks that run on diesel will no longer be welcome within the ring road from 2025, and that provokes discussion. So people are getting mad. So this is diesel fuel car truck. The municipality tended surprising professors of urban logic Walter Ploos from Amstel. Will the municipality only think about the emission-free and circular per, pers- purchasing? Let me butcher up the word. Purposing, purchasing. God, it's a lie. Purchasing after 2025. He writes on his blog, why doesn't the municipality focus on clean vehicles? Yeah, why ain't you doing that? You want all the people to drive so-called clean environment vehicles, but you, at the other hand, will not. You are the government, right? You need to be giving the good example to the people, and you have the money of the people. There are already three electrical powered garbage trucks driving around the city. The, in any case, I don't understand it anymore. This is what it says. Says the plows, says van Plaus van Amstel. In any case, the municipality, the city, the government itself is not setting an inspiring good example. According to the alderman, city palace, due to the lack of charging infrastructure, is not possible to quickly switch to electric vehicles, and at the same time, some of the garbage trucks are in urgent need of replacement. Yeah, okay. What about the people that drive the cars that don't have enough money uh, to buy a new car or a new van or a new truck, that they need to do uh, work hard to get to the point that they can buy a new truck? What about them then? If the government already has problems that they need replacement of trucks because they're falling apart, so that's why they buying right now the diesel truck because it is cheaper. What about the other people that is working, the lower class or the middle class? What about them? They need to buy a new truck in 2025 so they can do their work. It's like what they did with a good example is like what they did with DMX, right? They they charged him. They took away his passport so he cannot travel and not leave the country. But his work is in different countries, right? In different countries, different cities. So he needs to travel to make money. But if you take away his passport, what are you doing? You're taking away his work. How can he pay his child support or other things, what he needs to pay, his fines, if he don't have to work? He cannot work. That's the same thing what you're doing with the people right now. You're taking away their work, what they need to do, because you are required a new a clean environment and a truck that costs like the double of the price of the diesel fuel truck, right? Of course, you have cheaper ones, but yeah, the miles or the damage on the car is going to get worse also because this thing is not. If the battery breaks, yo, you see it with the Tesla, right? The battery break, it's cheap to buy a new car, man. It's crazy. But you see, the government is like an they say one thing, but they do the opposite. So it's not looking good, man. So let me continue. Uh, According to the elderman Sitapels, due to the lack of charging infrastructure, it is not possible to quickly switch to electric vehicles, and at the same time, some of the garbage trucks are in urgent need of replacement. At the moment, it is really necessary to replace the cars to ensure that we can continue to collect the waste of all Amsterdammers without problems and malfunctions. Okay, again, what about the people? It's also necessary for them, right? They cannot also do their work, right? It's the same thing. But you are the government, so you make up the rules. Basis replacement. We we would have preferred to have purposed emission-free replacement now, says Pels. But unfortunately, that is not possible to the Afro. Let me check that word. Afor. No, let me check it. Aforementioned. Aforementioned. Aforementioned lack of charging infrastructure. The cars we are going to replace are outdated technically at the end of their service life and re- relatively polluting. This tender ensured that from 2025 onwards, well-functioning and much cleaner cars can be used. The ambition is to be able to collect completely emission-free waste from 2030. Wells, the fleet of the emission-emitting collection vehicles will therefore be replaced in passed by emission-free collected vehicles between 2026 and in the end of 2029 in 2024. The first tender will be published in which only emission-free collection vehicles will be purchased after 2030. The vehicles will be destined outside Amsterdam. Okay, where are they going then? Because all the cities are going to do this trucks. So you buy trucks, new trucks, to just for like a couple of years, like let's say 7 years, and then you want to stop that again. It's not a good investment. But it shows you because this demon is controlling everything. So yeah, I was thinking about Job 9 and 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Yeah, because he does what he wants to do, man. This government is controlled by the wicked, man. This also the people gonna get uproared, man. So I want to leave it with that, man. So lucky with that I didn't keep it short. Shalom.